let's go over a Giant that I thought had a really good year. And he's kind of getting pooped on, to put it nicely here. He's kind of, not getting treated right by NFL.com because we got to talk about how does Tracy rank with running backs overall? Like, how does he rank amongst running backs in the NFL? Because NFL.com did a whole list of top 75 running backs they did. So I want to say that like they totally disrespected him. It's not like they put him at 74 or something crazy, but they ranked him 25th overall in the NFL. Now, his stats on the year: 17 games, 192 rushing attempts, 839 yards, 4.4 yards per carry, 5 touchdowns, 38 receptions for 284 yards, 1 receiving touchdown, and 2 fumbles lost. Now, the write-up they gave, they said, Tracy played minimally in the first month of the season, appearing on no more than a third of Giants' offensive snaps in any game. But after Devin Singletary's injury, the 2024 fifth-round pick stepped up for Big Blue, averaging nearly 14 carries per game over the final 13 games, and ended the season with 1,100 scrimmage yards. There's a chance Tracy will be given a bigger role in 2025. Now, that sounds very good write-up overall. Like that, I don't hear anything negative. That's all very positive. He's 25th overall, guys. Let's think about that for a minute. There's 32 teams in the league. So you're telling me that you think he is in like the bottom, like
third.
Yeah, like the bottom 30% or so of
bottom quarter.
Of the NFL starters running back wise.
Yeah.
That's a little disrespectful, I think. I mean, if you look at where he's at, he was 18th in the league in yards per carry, which, keep in mind, yards per carry, if he gets like 0.1, 0.2 yards per carry, he jumps up to like top 10. And that's like not much of a difference you're talking about at that point. So that's literally saying if he got 40 more yards in the same amount of carries, he would have been top 10. But yeah, 18th overall yards per carry. He's 23rd in rushing yards. And keep in mind what they said. 23rd in rushing yards, but he didn't play the first month of the season, basically. And it's not a 12-month season, guys. It's not like we're going at least 8%. No. You're talking about a quarter of the season, basically, that he just didn't play in, basically. And he still was 23rd in rushing yards, 23rd in total yards overall, and was only ranked 25th in rushes attempted. And I just think that it's a little crazy. I mean, and I'm not saying he's a top 10 back, guys. I'm not suggesting that in any way, shape, or form. I'm really not. Let me be very clear in that. He's not Saquon. He's not Derrick Henry. He's not Joe Mixon. He's not those guys. Though he's got a better yards per carry average than Joe Mixon. But he's being ranked with guys. The guys right above him. Let's go to that real quick. You got David Montgomery, for example, ranked 20th overall. And I'm not even trying to be disrespecting David Montgomery. He's a good player. He really is. He's a solid running back and has been for some years in the league now. He's ranked at 20th, and he had worse numbers than Tyrone Tracy Jr. And, he played in every game. DeAndre Swift, ranked 21st overall, is averaging 0.6 yards per carry lower. More than half a yard difference per carry. That's insanity. Like I said, I'm not trying to say he's top 10. He's probably more along the lines of 18.
Yeah, let's go say high teens.
This is without me going down the full list of every single person to say, okay, well, this person's better, this person's worse, this person's better. But no, I'm looking. Like I said, I look at the list and I just gave you 2 people right off the top of my head that he should be higher up, and that's guys who are ranked number 20 and 21st. So if he's higher than those guys, he's going to be right around that low teens, maybe right around 20, and I think that's valid. But I see some of these guys on this list, and I'm like, no. DeAndre Swift, first off, was a volume carry guy. Literally 3.8 yards per carry. And you think he's better than Tracy? You're living off of the prior year when he did that with the Eagles.
You 100% are, because he has not played the same since he left.
Because he's not the same player, because he didn't have the offensive line.
100%.
Same as Saquon wasn't a 2K running back with us. That line and that system makes a difference. No disrespect to the players.
Sure
they're both not bad players. Obviously, Saquon is considered the best running back in football right now because of the last year he had. But Swift was considered one of the better ones last year.
I mean, I did say that going into.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
I mean, Miles Sanders, same thing. Obviously, he's been pooped since he went to Carolina.
Some guys, like some running backs, they have a great thing where they're at and think they're way better than what they are because they're sitting there behind a top 5, top 10 line, and then you go somewhere that needs a good running back. You go to a worse team or just a worse line on a team, and it makes the world of difference. Like
it's like
when your line can block for you to get you that hole, it makes a difference of 2 yards per carry.
Look at like the Broncos back in 20 years ago, when every single year they had a different 1,000-yard rusher, and they would just keep on picking up guys at the league minimum or drafting guys in the 6th round basically, and doing that because it worked. It was the system, it was the offensive line. It's kind of the same thing there. So I think that's the problem, is that we're still giving Swift credit for what he did last year, because there's no other way you try to convince me that a guy who did 3.8 yards per carry is somehow better than a guy who did 4.4 yards per carry. That's a big freaking difference. Absolutely big difference. So, like I said, hopefully Tracy just balls out next year, ends up a lot higher in this list next year because he deserves it. I think he's a better player. I don't think he's top 10, but I think he's at least an average starting running back in this league. And to get that out of a 5th round pick is a win. And we need some wins, guys. Let us have the win. We don't have a lot of wins. We don't deserve a lot of wins. We need this one. Let us have the win. Let us have it.
If you like that clip, then you will love the full episodes too. Find us on your favorite podcast app and look for us on all your favorite social media platforms.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you.